This year marks the first Illinois election that any registered voter can cast their ballot by mail. No excuses necessary. Even as the deadline, though, for those ballots to be postmarked is getting near, some problems are brewing. ABC 7 investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy has details in tonight's intelligence report.
Alan, tonight, one Illinois county election official is telling the ABC 7 I-team that thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of voters who are expecting a ballot sent to them by mail may end up disenfranchised.
By the time I got the form itself, filled it out, and sent it back in with only a week and a half left for the election process, my vote would not get counted.
Chicago and Rosia Carter is one of 404,000 registered Illinois voters who recently received vote-by-mail requests like this one that were sent by the Illinois Democratic Coordinated Campaign. She and others called the I-team when they noticed the return address is not their local election official, but instead a post office box for the organization. IDCC officials claim they are entering ballot request information into their own database before sending the mailings on to election authorities, who then mail voters the ballots. The Lake County clerk received a shipment of 500 ballot requests from the IDCC just today. By law, her office has 2 days to process the ballot requests. Problem is, Thursday is the deadline for election officials to get the ballots out. IDCC told the clerk that another 1,500 ballot requests are headed to her office, which she says may not give her enough time to process all the ballots, potentially disenfranchising voters.
I was just prompted to call the Democratic Party of Illinois' office. Ma'am, we do apologize, but this information, as a matter of fact, this work was farmed out to a third party, and I can give you their number. And I said, no, I do not want the number. That's your job to call.
Carter and others who contacted the I-team are furious that their vote may also be thrown out because the IDCC put the registered voter's wrong birth date on the form.
If my date of birth is wrong, that means that it's invalid because it does not match the Board of Election Commissioners' records.
Tonight, the IDCC says that less than 1% of the ballot applications have been affected by the date of birth glitch, and that a voter's birth date is not a required piece of personal data to request a ballot.
It affected me, so that definitely was wrong.
The Illinois Democratic Organization told us that they use their P.O. box as the return address because they are better able to track the process and make sure there are fewer problems. 45 of the ballots the Lake County clerk received today from the IDCC actually should have gone to Will County. At the clerk's own expense up in Lake County, they will be delivered overnight to Will County, so at least those voters won't be disenfranchised. Something that is supposed to make things easier has certainly complicated it heading up to the election.
Chuck, and when the ballots come in, when do these things get counted?
They're supposed to be counted on election night. They're sent out to the person's precinct and they're sent through with all of the other ballots.
So, but you say supposed to.
Well, everything on election night in Illinois is supposed to be the case.
Some bumps in this process.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Chuck, thanks.